The double hand wrap roller Drago boxing. If you don't like to wrap up your hand wraps, this invention will do it for you quicker and easier. Welcome to Fit to Box. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box I bring you all things boxing equipment. As you know, I am a full-time boxing coach, a level 2 boxing trainer for England Boxing, and from here, Telford Amateur Boxing Club, I do all the testing for all of the products and all of the gear that appears on this channel. And this is today from Drago Boxing, a double hand wrap roller. Okay, so when I say that, you can easily put 2 hand wraps into this, and with the use of that handle and crank, you can wind your hand wraps up quicker than if you're doing it with your hands. And anyone that wants to make that process a little bit easier, and this is a great little bit of kit to help you. So what I'll do is I'll show you all round what this is about and how it works, and if it's for you, check them out. As you can see there, it is Drago Boxing. This is durable PLA plastic, and it is an ingenious idea. You have got a groove there, which you can actually hook onto the side of a door, and then you can have your hand wraps down, all lying flat, and also in a position where they're going to dry out. So you just simply attach that to the door. So it's actually for rolling your hand wraps and also for drying your hand wraps. It's a dual purpose. Then, as you can see there, it's got the Drago Boxing on the side, and as I'll show you there, it's got the holes where the crank goes through. It's also got a little bar there to guide the hand wraps, and then, as you can see, that's where you actually hold onto it while you are doing the process of the hand wraps. Now, with the crank, as you can see there you will see that there is a little bump at the top, and there is a little, as you can see on there, right on the edge, if I can show you, there's a little bump there, and that little bump aligns with that there. So you slide it in, and that, as you can see, the little bump goes through that hole like so. What do you get? You get a box, Drago Boxing, and in that box you get the actual device, the Drago roller, and you also get a wash bag as well. So you get the wash bag. If you pay £34, you also get Drago Boxing hand wraps as well. These are 4.5 metre stretch hand wraps, and they're really good quality to go with the quality of the actual roller. Also, what you get a how it works QR code. On there, you just go on, you have a look at that video, and there's a video tutorial showing you exactly how best to use this bit of kit. Okay, so you have got people, and I see it all the time in the gym, where they put their hand wraps into their bag. When they come back to the gym, they just take out the wet hand wraps out of their bag, and they have to start again. It takes them ages. They're all crinkled up. They're still damp. And so what this can do is you can sort of prepare. So at the end of the workout, you can use this to wind up the hand wraps so they're in a good shape. You can also, as I've said, you can put that onto a door and spread your hand wraps out so that you dry them, and then you can do the procedure of rolling them. I've tried lots of different ways with this, because you can either have the loop at the edge like that, which is how I like my hand wraps, or you can have the Velcro on the outside. Okay, which obviously if you've got the Velcro on the outside, in that particular circumstance, you can see the type of hand wraps that they are. In this way, I just like this better because this is how I do my hand wraps. So of course, once I've got them there, I can roll them round because I've got the loop on the outside. And first of all, I'm just going to show you a demonstration with one hand wrap, even though it is designed for 2, but it's easier to show you with the one, and I'll show you the 2 later on. But literally, you've got this is how I do it. So I like to have the Velcro on going through first because I want the hoop to be on the end. So as I'm doing this, got the hand wraps there, as you can see, they've got Drago boxing on there. And what you do, you slot it through there, like so. So you've got that under that little bar, and you stretch it out like so there, okay? So you can see what I've done with that. So I'm in that position there, where I'm gonna put the crank handle in. Because of that notch that's there, you put that in, and then as it's lined up, it catches on the hand wrap, and you're able, it's got a slot in it, and you're able to slot that through so you're in position. So just to show you again, there is a slot on that crank, and then you're in that position there. Once you're in that position, you can turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise. But what I do, as I'll show you, is I go, I'm trying to get it at the angle for the camera as well, but from that point there, through, and just start to wind it through. I'm having to turn around this way because it's easier to do, but you can see just by turning the handle, it is wrapping up very, very quickly the hand wrap, and then you get to the position where you're at the end and the hand wrap is done. You then take that to the top, so the crank and that little bit there, as you can see, is in line. You can then slide out the handle, and you've got, very, very quickly, you have got your hand wrap done, and you're ready then to wrap your hand with it. Okay, so let me just do it with both. Slide that through the first one, like so. So you're in that position there with that one. And the second one, let's just have a little look here. And the second one, so slide that through underneath that little bar, and then over the back there, like so. And I'm really in that position there, where I'm ready to start, there like that, and there like that. And all I need to do is to make sure that the tension is on them, there, if you can see. So when you pull them, they're at the handle, they are at the angle whereby I can slide in the handle, the crank handle. You have to just keep them taut as it comes through, but as it comes through, it slides, and you can see I've got that there. Then simply, it's just a matter of turning the handle then. So as I'll come around this way, so you can see, turn your handle like so, and that starts to wind in. You have to make some adjustments sometime, but that's in there, and as you can see now, I'm now winding up, the whole time just trying to keep it so you can see as well at home. The video that they've done on their website is excellent. And then, as I say, you just wind it round, and as you're winding it round, you can see minor adjustments, but very, very quickly, you're in a position where you've got your hand wraps done like that. And it really is that quick. It's probably more difficult to do trying to do the camera, and I'm more bothered about the camera than I am bothered about the device. So it's more difficult to do with a camera than it is in real life. But there you go, there it is. And then all I would normally do with them is I give them a little bit of a pull just to make them a little bit tighter, And then once I've got them, then obviously I'm in the position there where I can do the hand wraps. The hand wraps, as I've said, 4.5 meters. I'm just quickly doing a hand wrap to show you. Very soft, nice hand wraps. Of course, £28 just for the Drago roller, or £34 for the hand wraps as well. And I think the hand wraps are worth that. It's an extra £6, so it's definitely worth that. They do lay down nice. And then, just to show you the finished effect, like so on there as well. So, a really innovative way to wrap your hand wraps. Bring that around. Yes, okay, so I love what they've done. There's a lot of thought gone into this because you've got the feed through here of that bar. You've got the holes the other side, including that vital little lump there at the top, same as the crank handle has there. You've got that really great gap there, which means that it just goes through. Then you can start to wind up like that, straight through. And then you've got a great handle there as well to hold. You can go left, you can go right, so you can go anti-clockwise, you can go clockwise. You can do it whereby you've got the hoop at the end, or you can do it where you've got the Velcro at the end. It really doesn't matter, and you'll figure out for yourself the best way for yourself and the way you want your hand wraps to be done. But the fact that you can do 2 at a time so quickly will be a major benefit for a lot of people out there, especially those people that don't want to go through the hassle of doing it by hand. I mean, I do, over the years, I've done many thousands and thousands of hand wraps, and I literally, when I'm doing mine, without this device, prior to this device, I would get the Velcro, put the Velcro over, and then I am then doing this to make it into the roll. Now, I am very quick at it. I've been doing this for many years, but even me and the speed that I can do, it's not as quick as what you can do with this roller. This roller is super quick, and the fact that you can do 2 at a time, not 1 at a time, means that's a major saving of time when it comes to getting them to the position that you want, which is, of course, and I'm getting there now, but is getting them to this position here, which is what you need to do before you actually put the hand wrap on. So let me put it on the screen again, just to show you. Okay, and for the innovation and how it's been designed and the quality of it as well, I really do think that it does tick all the boxes when it comes to getting the hand wraps wound up. I love the feature that they thought about of actually clipping that onto a door, and then you can have the hanging of the hand wraps to let them dry out, so it's a dual feature. The value for money, you get a wash bag to show you as well. You get the wash bag there with that zip, you get the hand wraps, you get the how it works, actual instruction, and you get the device as well. And because you get the device as well, you're getting all of that for 34 English pounds. Obviously, you'd have to pay shipping and customs wherever you are in the world, but what a great little unit. And let me tell you, once you've bought one of these, you wouldn't have to buy another. This would last you the rest of your boxing career. And I have to say, you probably hand it down as well to any children and people like that you've got, or friends. If you want your boxing career is over, this is still going to be going because it's so simple and so robust. I am going to give it 5 Fit to Box stars. I think it's absolute genius. I really do like the thought that they've put into this, and also the execution. The execution of it is superb. Really have come up with an idea, thought about it, overcome any problems that they will have experienced during their test period, and then they've come out with this unit. And then what they've done is they've priced it at 28 English pounds or if you have the hand wraps, which I would suggest you do, 34 English pounds. So not only have they come up with a fantastic idea and innovated, but they've also put it on the market at an affordable and value for money price. So 5 Fit to Box stars, that's the best, I would say, when it comes to all the hand wrap rollers over the years that I've seen. I have only ever seen this one that does double. I haven't seen one that does 2 at a time, and I do think that if you're thinking about saving time, being able to do it two hand wraps at a time as opposed to one, this is fantastic. So, hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box, and I shall speak to you soon.